Hello and welcome back, everybody. I'm of course Cobra fucking X, and just before the game here, it starts at 8:15. Niners versus Seahawks. Prediction tonight. Let's see here, it's 6:40 as of right now when I'm recording, so it'll probably be posted about 7:30, 8 right before the game. The 9-4 49ers take on the 7-6 Seahawks, and I think the 49ers are going to win this. Simply off of, well, the Seahawks has been playing okay, but not that great as of lately. Opposed to Purdy, he's been looking pretty Purdy and getting the job done with the Niners. He had a slight injury, but it looks like he's ready to go for tonight. And, yeah, guys, it's just, that defense is going to tear it up. Seahawks have an okay defense, so we'll see what Purdy can do against that defense. But I think he'll still do alright, and that rushing threat is just unreal, and I think that it's going to be hard for the Seahawks to overcome those obstacles. If they can win against the 49ers, then they're very well still in the playoff hunt. So that being said, they have a chance to win this game, but I think the Niners win by at least 7 points tonight. That being said, let's get into the week in review. Week 14 in review, as this is the beginning of week 15. There's so much that has happened in the last few days, let alone a week. I could make another video just going into the separate teams. But here's the rundown. We'll start out the gates with the Ravens-Steelers. Ravens beating the Steelers 16-14. Now, Mitch Trubisky took over in this one because I think in the first quarter we lost Kenny Pickett went out, and without that, he was Mitch wasn't terrible, but he threw those 3 picks, especially during the second half, that demised the Steelers. They could have won this game because the Ravens were not playing up to par, and they missed Lamar Jackson, and also, here we go again, it's December, and, oh, look at the time, the Ravens' injury report sheet is now filled up yet again. But their running backs are all back full strength, and that is what won them this game, is that dual threat between Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. Drake only had, I think, a carry, and I think Hill had a carry or two, and that was it. But it was mostly Edwards and, of course, J.K. Dobbins. Huntley got injured in this one. You had Anthony Brown, and although it sounds like Saturday now, guys, we have a couple games Saturday, Ravens being one of them. It sounds like they are ready to go against I believe they're playing the Browns Saturday night. Huntley is ready to go after the concussion protocol, and he practiced today and yesterday as well, so which is good. But Anthony Brown, I watched him in preseason. He looks confident, actually. He looks like he's not as scared as you would think. I think he was undrafted. I think he's a rookie. But he looks okay. I don't think he's got a good deep ball at all. I don't think he's got much. He's got a nice short pass and the intermediate passes. But other than that, I think, like I said, the rushing attack is definitely going in the right direction. It's good to see those guys healthy again. And that's going to be a scary duel. And that's what's going to push them to the playoffs in the first place. Like I said, Mitch Trubisky, other than his 3 picks, he was kind of accurate, 22 for 30 for 276 and a touchdown. Like I said, got the job done. Wasn't pretty, but glad to see them winning 9-4 now on the season. And Steelers, they got a solid team. They have injuries. They have young players. still developing. I think they're going to be the ones to challenge us in a couple of years, along with the Bengals. It's going to be a three-way battle, just like it used to a few years ago. And I think they'll be in good shape come next year. That being said, I want to move over to the Lions, improving to 6-7, putting down the Vikings now 10-3. They went greatly over the Vikings, which Cam Bell's the real deal for a coach. I love him. And the Lions get to win 34-23. Lions look like I said, they look like the freaking real deal, dude. They're looking good. Their offense and defense both looking good. That defense looked stout, putting up big numbers, like 4 sacks, 2 fumble recoveries. You know, they had Jameson Williams with that 42-yard touchdown, wide open on that play too. The Vikings just I don't know what happened, but they gave up on that. DJ Chark also 48-yard touchdown. You know, defense still has the holes. Obviously, giving up some big plays to Cousins, who still, despite them losing, he still played solid. 31 for 41, 425 yards, and I believe 2 touchdowns. And they couldn't get the pat. And Goff was playing solid as well. I believe he was 27 for 39, 330, and 3 touchdowns. So, I mean, that being said, you know, he put up solid numbers. I watched the little bits and pieces of that game. I was more interested in my Ravens-Steelers game, to be honest with you. But, you know, he's just passing the ball off to whoever's open. And essentially, that's what you're supposed to do, and not force it to the number one receiver. If he's not open, you don't force it. That's what causes turnovers. Him playing smart football right now, making great decisions on the field, on the fly, and I think Jared Goff is playing the best football I've seen him play since they went on that, I believe, the Super Bowl run, you know, a few years ago. And I think he's back to playing what he should be at, what he should have been at in the first place. And that's a good thing. This team looks like they're very well in the hunt. At 6-7, that puts them in the playoff hunt. They have to have a few things happen. But if they pretty much win, now, again, challenging, because you have some tough teams they're facing in the last couple weeks here of the season. Man, it's grainy a little bit. Anyways, that being said, sorry about that, guys. But, like I said, Lions playing great. Campbell's good, playing solid. And, yeah, I love it. Love seeing home team here playing great. Talking about rivals and this and that, we got from the Ravens and Steelers. I'm going to go to the Bengals and Browns. Bengals beating up the Browns 23-10. Bengals are now 9-4, also tied with Baltimore in the division. They have the tiebreaker. The Ravens have the tiebreaker because they beat the Bengals earlier in the season. But, you know, they need to lose, but it's okay. We'll give it. Watson, still bad. 276 yards, touchdown and interception. Joe had 1 pick against him. Well, Joe B isn't Joe Burrow. 2 touchdowns. Still good. Still making some good decisions. But the man that won them the game, I believe, has got to be the other Joe. It's the Joe and Joe show, I swear. Joe Mixon was very good at 14 attempts for 96 yards, did not have a touchdown in this game, I don't think, but he was averaging 6.9 yards a carry, and to have that average is really well. It means you're almost picking up a first down, like, you're getting a first down every 2 plays with him, on average. And that's great. move the ball. It opens things up. It helps Joe Burrow move around by getting that run game going. I love the run game. I'm old school like that. I'm all defense and run. That's why I love the Ravens, man. And they're bringing it back. And now you see all the other teams across the league starting to it's a copycat league. And now that the Ravens have been doing things for a couple years now the other teams are starting to adapt and also trying to get things going. Like, I think the Falcons, they shut down Mariota because of the injury. And they're starting I think it's their rookie, and he's a dual threat quarterback as well. But anyways, going off of this one, Bengals get the win pretty easily. And we'll be seeing them the last week. And they'll probably, like I said, I think the season's going to come down to who wins that division is whoever wins the last game of the season. Because from here on out, I think they can both win their games that are coming up. But we'll see. That being said, we go on to the Eagles, stomping those Giants 48-22. Giants now down to 7-5-1, limping into the freaking playoffs. And with this loss, another loss to the Giants, the Lions also have now more of a chance because they're the ones that are looking at the Giants going, please lose the rest of your game so we have a chance to get in. And the Eagles moving to 12-1. I mean, what do I got to say? Jalen Hurts, he's just... Tyrod, by the way, for the Giants, he needs to be starting because he actually played pretty decently. Miles goes off for 17 for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns. That was just, I'm telling you, if the Giants make it, they're limping to the playoffs at this point. I didn't think they'd be this good. I think they'd be like a 3 or 4 win team anyways. So them having this record anyways is already like coaching is doing a phenomenal job with the team with what the parts and pieces that they got put together here. But I think they can create a better team by not having Jones as their quarterback. Tyrod Taylor, now that he's healthier again, he needs to be put back in. And anyways, Hurts continues week in and week out, putting their hurting on people. I mean, this kid, I think he deserves MVP this year. I really do. He is massively improved from the year before, and most improved player of the year as well. Let's get that out of the way too, because last year he was all right, but he's taken his game to the next level with this. 21-31, 217 yards, 2 touchdowns. Oh, and by the way, he ran 7 times for another 71 yards and another touchdown on top of that. Run this team, that Giants team, into the freaking ground. And by doing that, of course you're going to dominate time of possession. Their defense didn't let up with the 7 sacks in the ground as well. That team, they're good. Eagles flew around and dominated. And that was that. I'd like to get into next the Jets and Bills. Now, Jets lost this game 20-12. They're now 7-6. Bills are now 10-3, but it wasn't pretty. Flacco, terrible. I think he had a fumble and a couple of incompletions. 1 completion for like a yard. I thought he'd be stepping in and be doing better than that, but White was shook up a little bit. Knight was the only bright spot inconsistently the last couple weeks. 17 for 71 and a touchdown. That's solid numbers. It's pretty decent. But that's the only thing they have. In all honesty, with time possession, looking off of just the time possession, the Jets should have won this game, owning the clock. I'm rounding, so it's not precise. 34 minutes to 25 for the Bills. And when penalties got them, 7 for 61, and losing fumbles like that, I think they lost 2 fumbles. That's and the Bills just capitalized on all that. That's all they had to do was capitalize on the turnovers. And that's what the only difference was. I mean, this game was close. Josh Allen didn't have the strongest of games. Just Jets just cannot get things going, and it doesn't help having players out and keep going. You know, don't mind that in the background. But yeah, it was sad. And like I said, that being going, well, talking about sad, we'll continue on to the Texans and Cowboys game. Was not sad for the Texans because they almost pulled out the upset if it wasn't for the Cowboys coming back in the final few minutes of the game in the fourth quarter. Lucky comeback. They improved to 10-3. Texans still only one win on the season. But the Texans looked the best on their defense. Looked like they turned it up. And Draymond Smith, I see you, man. 2 picks. Petre, 9 tackles. He was over that freaking field, dude. You know. And Chris Moore, 10 for 124. I seen that too. You know. Mostly defense, like I said, is what kept them in that game for the longest time. It was not much of their offense. I think Pierce did all right, but I think got injured too. Jeffy Driscoll, I think his name is, 4 for 63 and a touchdown, something like that. I don't know. Maybe you should just start him. I think he's a tight end too. He's kind of all around kind of guy, but not Dak's best. Not even close. Touchdown, 2 picks. The rushing game, you know, staggered a little bit, but compared to the week before. But that was a blown out week. That was great. But it still played solid enough to win this game. But the defense kept blowing plays where they shouldn't be, and especially that defense is much more capable of being like a stout defense than what they are. They have capabilities to be a top 5 easy. They didn't play their best, and the record shows because the Texans shouldn't. I thought this was going to be a blowout game. I thought it was going to be like something crazy, like 40 to like 14 or some shit. Okay, so I thought it was going to be a blowout game. It wasn't. So that being said, it's all right though. Cowboys get the win. We move on to the Jags and Titans. Another game. These Jags, man, they're surprising you. Jags beating the Titans 36-22. The Jags now improved to 5-8, and Titans moved down to 7-6. They're working on their way out of the playoffs right now with the last couple games. It's just Lawrence played a good game. 30 for 42, 368, and 3 touchdowns. Oh, and by the way, he also rushed for a touchdown too. No run game for either team, I don't think. And Evan Ingram going off became his favorite target by far. He has a career day of 11 and 162, 2 touchdowns. By far, I think that's his best. Excuse me, the best game that he has played in a professional career all the way around. He was creating space, working those slants. Just a couple of plays I've seen, he went off. And that was that. And Zay Jones also 8 for 77 and a touchdown. You know, King Henry can't do it all. He had 17 attempts for I believe it was 121. Yeah, 121 and a touchdown. You're gonna lose when you allow 4 sacks, losing 3 fumbles, and a pick. The Jags overall, special teams, everything, I think they've had a solid game. That was the first game I think they've played a complete all-around game. Good all the way around. Defense was decent. Offense obviously was good. Not much of a run game, like I said, besides Henry on the Titans. But he can't win games by himself. He needs help. But the passing game looked so much better. Lawrence he's getting his confidence back is what I think is happening. And it shows. And, yeah, we're going to go from there. Good job, Jags. You know, you beat the Ravens. You got a solid win against the Titans. They're both playoff caliber teams. You guys are getting there piece by piece. You're fighting. You don't give up. I like that about them. Chiefs beating the Broncos 34-28. Chiefs is also 10-3, tied with the Bills for I believe the top of the AFC. And yeah, guy, Mahomes not his greatest. Had 3 picks. But he also had 3 touchdowns and 352 yards. Comes in threes. Pasho Isaiah had, I believe, 13 attempts for 70 yards. You know, and running back McKinnon didn't really rush too much, but man, did he catch 7 catches, 112 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He was the saving grace for Mahomes in that game. And Broncos did a good job containing Mahomes and picking him off three picks, like I said. Wilson, actually, I think he had the best game of this entire season for him. He had 1 pick, but he had 3 touchdowns, 23 for 36 for 247 yards before he went out. Like I said, best of the year. Oh, and yeah, sure, you ran the freaking ball. Oh, look at that! You score points when you rush the ball. You're dynamic again for a game, and you went 4 for 57 yards. Are you kidding me? I mean, are you kidding me? This is what Wilson got paid to fucking do in the beginning. So, that being said, he needs to keep it up. Play like that every week, like you're supposed to, and you would have had a better record. But, yeah, ultimately, Broncos could not. And also getting sacked 6 times and concussion. That offensive line stinks. And it should be better than that. And it's not. That's the reason why you lost. Well, anyways, going onward to the Panthers and Seahawks. The Panthers beating the Seahawks 30-24. Rushing attack was what won, along with that the defense improving. Foreman and Hubbard combining, they both have 74 each, and not one of Geno's best. 2 picks with 3 touchdowns. Lack of production is what lost the game. That's all I have to say. I mean, the Seahawks, I know they're a better team than what they actually put out. Geno is having a great year, despite those 2 picks. And he just had a Geno Smith moment. And, well, like I said, that's not going to win you games. Plus, no run game for them without Kenneth Walker and company. I didn't think the run game was and that doesn't open things up like it needs to. And the Panthers defense showed up to play. They did really well in this game. They get to win. They improved to 5-8. Not going to win their division. Not going to probably make the playoffs. But to see that, and it wasn't because of not Zach Wilson. Jeez, it's another guy I think is trash. Sam Darnold. Sorry, used to be for the Jets also, but no, not very good. And talking about not very good, let's go down to those Dolphins. Now we'll go down to 8-5, and the Chargers improved to 7-6, getting the win 23-17. Mike Williams back, 6 for 161 and a touchdown. And Allen going off as well, 12 receptions for 92 yards. Both healthy. their offense going healthy, and they also dominate in time possession, 39 and 20 minutes. So Tua couldn't do anything, even if he tried. When they're running the ball, they're just dominating. They didn't really score a whole lot of points as far as domination goes, but they're all getting healthier, and they're now Chargers are 7-6. They're in the wild card hunt. I mean, they're only a game away from having the Dolphins record. So, I mean, it's crazy. December, man, cream rises to the top, and Herbert's turning up to the next level, and the Dolphins are staying at the same level they were since, I'm gonna say, mid-October, and you can't be playing like October football in the middle of December. It just doesn't work out like that, and expect to win. Everybody else is up their game. You got to stay on par with them in order. I mean, their offense is top notch. I'm not taking anything away from that. That defense has given up some major plays in the past games. All their losses that they have this year are probably because of that defense, to be honest with you, or it's because Tua getting concussed. That was super scary. But that being said, move on to this wasn't even a game. That game was at least a game. This game, the 49ers and Bucks, 35-7. Tom looked awful. I mean, the whole offense, nothing. Purdy looked good. He looked nice and purdy. And 16 for 21, 185 ones, 2 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey going off, 14 touches, 119 yards and a touchdown. Oh, and by the way, he had 2 receptions for 34 more yards and another touchdown. So, the power run team, coupled with all those turnovers from Tom, and should give him a short field for Purdy to work with. You don't have to do a whole lot. That defense shutting Brady down, sacking the quarterback, getting after it, picking it off. This team's ready. It looks like it doesn't matter what quarterback is in there, because as long as that run game's healthy and that defense stays clicking, it's a scary team. Scary team. And like I said, they moved up to 9-4 now, and they're looking good. I don't see a quarterback that they could probably add that make them better than what they already have. So you just gotta kind of roll with what you got, I guess. And then I think let's see here. What we got here? I think we're about done for the day. Like I said, I think I covered all the teams that played, except for one, which would be the Patriots and the Cardinals game Monday night. Patriots beating the Cardinals 27-13, improving to 7-6. Still very well could win their division. They're only a game back. Cardinals dropped to 4-9. They're done for the season. Murray's done for the season. Torn ACL. Colt McCoy is not much better, not great. Connor had a decent, solid game. 15 carries, 85 yards, and a TD. He also had, Connor had a touchdown in that second quarter. It was cool to see that power move to get through to the next level to get that touchdown. So it's nice to see stuff like that. I love it. Receiving core all healthy besides tight ends right now. And I thought if Murray was in for the rest of this game, I really think they would have won this game. I had to pick the Cardinals, not knowing that, who knows that when the injuries. And I hope Lamar looks at this and goes, yeah, maybe I should either sign the contract or, this is what could happen. He's lucky that he got the injury that he did, and it's not as severe as what happened to Murray. That being said, Strong was strong at 5 for 70 and a touchdown. Marcus, I got it. I'm telling you what, he looks great. Strong looks good. Marcus Jones, special dude. Special dude. Not just because he's on special teams and can return, had a couple of good returns, but the dude can play corner. He had that scoop and score recovery, touchdown. I think he had 7 tackles. And he had like another. He had the pick for a touchdown, basically pick 6, and he had, I think, a pass or 2 defended. I have him on fantasy, and he just went off, dude. I mean, they use him in the offense. They had a couple catches and this and that. And he can do a little bit of everything. I think they're going to start him next week because their corner situation is still pretty weak and not healthy. This dude can do everything. You can put him on a receiver and catch a couple balls and put him on defense, cornerback, and put him as a returner. I think he's their lead returner as of right now as well. So this kid's doing quite a bit, and I'm liking him. Watching him play, it's fun to watch. He's fun to watch. He's got a lot of energy, lots of energy. Love it. But like I said, that being said, guys, again, sorry it wasn't Tuesday or Wednesday. There's still family issues. My I will say this. Father has been in the hospital for the last 2 weeks, near death experience, but he's doing better now and recovering. So that's all we have to. Just got to keep seeing it day by day, and hopefully he'll be home for Christmas. But anyways, I'm done with personal stuff. I don't like to talk about it on here too much, but that all being said, that's all I got for today. And I'll probably post a video Saturday with my predictions. This seems to be a theme lately. It's Thursday and Saturday instead of Tuesday and Fridays. Once things settle back down, and I'm also going through construction on my bedroom and bathroom as well. And all this is all going on at the same time, so it's really hard to do videos and have some peace and quiet, or as quiet as things can be. That being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace out. Cobra X out.